They say the ocean remembers everything. Deep within its endless water lies the Pearl of Juma, a jewel said to hold the soul of a sunken kingdom. The story begins long ago when Juma was a city of wealth and knowledge, ruled by a wise king who wore a crown made from the purest pearl. This pearl, they said, contained the heart of Juma, and as long as the king wore it, the city thrived. But one day, in a great storm, the ocean rose and swallowed Juma, dragging it deep into the depths. Only the pearl remained, hidden somewhere far below the waves. For centuries, the pearl became a legend, a treasure no one could find. But to those who listened to the old tales, it was said the pearl could still be seen from time to time, glowing faintly beneath the waves, as if calling out to anyone brave enough to find it. Years later, a young diver named Amara arrived at a small coastal town, drawn by the stories of the pearl. She was an explorer, spending her life uncovering lost treasures and ancient relics. But the Pearl of Juma was her ultimate dream, the one mystery she couldn't resist. She believed it was more than a story and was determined to find it. When she arrived at the coastal village, the people were not as welcoming as she had hoped. The village was quiet even during the day, and the fishermen kept their heads low, speaking softly to themselves when they saw her. She asked about the pearl, but most shook their heads and walked away, refusing to talk about it. Finally, an old man sitting by the shore waved at her. He looked her over with a frown. "You are here for the pearl, aren't you?" he said, his voice almost a hiss. Amara nodded, not expecting his reaction. He spat on the ground, shaking his head. "They all came and they all go," he said. "None of them came back. Do you know what you're diving into? Do you understand what awaits you in those waters?" "I've been diving my whole life," she replied confidently. But the old man only laughed, low and bitter. "It's not just a dive. The ocean remembers, and it will claim you, just as it claimed Juma. That pearl holds more than the city's memories. It holds its sorrow, its cause." He leaned closer, his eyes sharp. "Once it chooses you, there is no coming back." Amara, determined as ever, ignored his warning, thinking that it was just another fisherman's tale. She had heard these kind of stories before. Warnings, curses, legends meant to scare. She didn't believe in curses, only in the truth of discovery. The local fishermen warned her, saying that many had tried to find the pearl and never returned. But Amara was fearless. She prepared herself, studying ocean maps and gathering equipment. And one calm morning, she set out alone, diving into the cold, dark water. She swam deeper than she ever had, guided only by instinct and faint glimmers of light below. The water grew colder, the light around her fading as she descended. After what felt like hours, she saw it, a soft glow in the distance, pausing like a heartbeat. She moved closer, her heart pounding. The glow led her to a hidden trench, and there, resting on a stone, was the Pearl of Juma. It was big, glowing a faint blue, and seemed almost alive, its light pulsing with energy. Amara reached out, drawn by its beauty, unable to look away. She touched the pearl, and in that instant, everything changed. Suddenly, she was flooded with visions of Juma. She saw its golden palace, gardens, and rivers, and the people who had once lived there, happy and free. But the visions grew darker, showing the storm that came and the waves that swallowed the city. She felt their fear, their sadness, and then silence. Amara tried to pull her hand away, but she couldn't. The pearl's light grew brighter, wrapping around her like an invisible force, binding her to it. She realized then that the pearl didn't just hold Juma's beauty, it held its cause. The pearl had been waiting, guiding the lost city's secrets, and now it had chosen her to protect it. As she tried to escape, she heard a voice in her mind. "Juma was lost for a reason," it said softly. "Its secrets are not meant for the world above." And just like that, the light dimmed, and Amara felt herself sinking, her strength fading as the pearl drew her closer. In her final moments, she accepted her fate. She would remain with the pearl, the latest guardian of the Juma's secrets. The ocean claimed her. Her story became another legend. To this day, some say if you sail over the trench on a quiet night, you might see a faint glow beneath the waves. The pearl still waiting, its secrets safe in the ocean depths, forever guided by those it chose. If you like this story, please subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.